I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video.
What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this daggone break room, y'all. Oh, boy. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everybody. Hope everyone is feeling good and doing great. Thank y'all so much for taking a break in your Thanksgiving shenanigans over there. If y'all doing what I'm doing, honey, over in this kitchen, getting these pots brewing. I started earlier today, getting my stuff going. My turkey is already done. I got my ham in the refrigerator. After I had basted down, I got it marinating with my little spices and things. And I'm just trying to, I boil my eggs. I'm making deviled eggs. I'm making, obviously, homemade macaroni and cheese, candied yams. What else? Oh, greens. I got my greens on. I use turkey wings in my greens. What else? Dressing. I'm dressing. I'm kind of tired, y'all, so I think I'm going to get up early and start the dressing because, you know, that's not going to be real long. You don't take real long with dressing. I'm doing a peach cobbler, sweet potato pie. I made my apple pie earlier today. So... what else? Oh, deviled eggs. I'm doing my deviled eggs. I already got the eggs boiled. I'm kind of doing a lot of little prepping stuff. And then in the morning, I'm going to get up probably about 6 and go on and knock it out. And I feel like I'll be done probably around 10. Like I said, the turkey and my ham will be done before I go to sleep. And the turkey's already done, but the ham will be done before I go to sleep. And just get up in the morning and kind of finish everything off. My goal is, by 12 o'clock, child, sitting on the couch, crossing my damn legs. You hear me? So, welcome back to the break room, y'all. We got a couple conversations. I hope everybody's feeling good and doing great. Tequila said, I made $1 million cake and prepped my gumbo today. Ooh, yes, honey. He said, I prepped last night, finished today. We celebrated in my house today. Tomorrow I'll be going to family houses. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I'm glad you were able to get out and do that. I don't know, y'all. I just been working a lot and I just been real tired. I just did not want to do that. And then I got all my kids here. And that's the first for, you know, quite some time. Because, you know, everybody grown. They doing their own thing. But they all decided to come hang with their mom for the Thanksgiving. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to just be chilling, you know. And so that's pretty much it for me. I haven't done any really shopping. I got a couple things online the other day, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really in a big shopping mood. I'm not really into that because I've been buying stuff all year. What I am gonna do this weekend is get my Christmas tree up. I am gonna do that this weekend. So you said I haven't been seeing her in YouTube. Who is her? Who are you talking about? All right, y'all. So let's get going. Let's get this going because I don't want to keep you guys long. Okay. Imani, she's all over Facebook eating it up. Who is Imani? Hey, Sean. Who are y'all talking about? Are y'all talking about Peach? Oh, Peach. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to get into Peach Mcintyre. A couple of you guys asked me my opinion about Peach, so we're going to get into that. And y'all, we're gonna get into something that's been going viral on the internet. Happened a few days ago, and I'm just not getting around to the topic of wanting to talk about it. It's in Alabama, a braiding shop called Mama's Gifted Hand. The owner of the shop is named Kamar. Her and two of the other shop workers got arrested the other day for kidnapping. And some other charges. We're going to look at the news footage in a minute. For a lady who basically reached out to the owner of the braid shop, Mama's Gifted Hands in Alabama. She reached out to her via text, asked her how much boho braids would cost. And the owner or someone in the shop, I'm just going to assume it's the owner, responded $200. So the woman goes to get her hair braided. And y'all know when you get the boho braids, I just recently got my hair done. I have boho braids in my hair. I got mine done probably about 3 weeks ago. And you can elect to either get synthetic hair or you can get the human hair, okay? And so she got the human hair, and obviously human hair costs more money. However, in the text message, it said boho braids. I don't think I remember seeing if the woman asked whoever was responding to the customer, Jessica, if they wanted the boho hair, if you wanted it synthetic or human. I don't think I seen that asked in there. But however, once they got to the shop, once the hair, she was finished braiding her hair, she basically said, well, you owe me $50 more. And she said, for what? She said, because I used human hair for your boho. And so Jessica, the customer, said, well, that's not what you said. You said $200 in the text message. And baby, the next thing you know, Kamar, the owner, has this lady literally in a headlock, had her hands the braid hair balled up in her hands, had this woman in a very uncompromised position, basically saying either you gonna give me my money or I'm gonna snatch this hair out your head. And she did actually snatch patches of hair out her head. And I'm gonna just be out. And if you guys do not know, these are African braiders, and obviously a lot of us know in a lot of these cities there's a lot of African braiding shops. And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, I haven't been to the Africans to get my hair done. It's probably been, I think the last time I went to the African braiding shop to get my hair done, was that maybe 2020, 2021? No, it wasn't 2020. It was probably 2021 when I went and got my hair braided. And literally the day after I got my hair braided, I got knotless box braids. Several of my braids came out my head. Several. I know for sure, if I remember correctly, it was like 5 of them just slid out of my head. And I was like, so I ended up going back up there and I was like, hey, I was just here yesterday and I woke up and several of my braids are out my head. And they basically wanted to charge me to, put the braids back in my hair. And I'm like, I literally got my hair done 24 hours ago. You're going to charge me? I mean, clearly braids should last longer than 24 hours. So needless to say, I wasn't going to pay them. They wasn't willing to bend and, obviously do my hair because you just did it 24 hours ago. It ain't a braid in the world. Even if you got your own natural hair braided, should be unraveling in less than 24 hours. So I end up having a friend of mine go ahead that braids hair. I end up having her put the braids in, and I literally haven't been back since. And prior to that, the last time I had got my hair done by the African was like, I think in 2009. So 2009, and I had a horrible experience with that, which led me, I had got some micros back then, and I had a very bad experience with that. So from 2009 to 2021, was it 2000? Yeah, 2009 to 2021 is when I decided to go back again. And I had another bad experience, and I just said, forget it. I was and the girl that did my hair recently is a Black lady. She has a shop, and she has several Black women that work in her shop. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I wasn't there long. I was there less than 5 hours. I was there maybe right at about 4.5 hours. And it was a couple other stylists in there doing other clients' hair. And y'all, when I tell you I had a ball, like I had so much fun that day. Got my hair done. We were gossiping, talking about, current events, and just, having a good time. I had a really, really good time. I really enjoyed myself. The girl did my hair. It was amazing. Me personally, that was the best, in my opinion, the best my hair has ever looked getting braided. Like, I told her what I wanted. I told her how I wanted it, and she nailed it just how I wanted it. And young girl too. I think she said she was about 24 years old. Young girl, but honey, she did my hair really, really good. And I had a good time. So this situation, I don't know, kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I have been seeing lately, it's been too many stories going into these hairdressers and everybody acting super aggressive with the clients. It's just like, what is going on in the world? I'm so confused about whatever happened to, the customer is always right. Whatever happened to making sure you have a satisfied customer so they could come back and generate more income for you? Or better yet, if you give good service, then they'll tell others and then you can make more money. What happened to that? What literally happened? And it's not just this African braiding story. I've seen other situations and other hairdressers on social media, stories that went viral here in the last few years of, just people getting held hostage at the beauty salon. And and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude when I say this, but I haven't seen any of the white women coming on here saying they went to go get their hair done and Becky did a horrible job, or Becky held her hostage because she didn't pay for the dye, or I didn't hear that. It's just amazing to me how I'm hearing so much of this from these Black stylists, and I'm just like, what is going on? We already know getting your hair done, the price of that has went up, and then also the services that you used to could get when you go to the beauty salon. You used to could go to the beauty salon and literally get your hair washed, and it was a part of the style. Now it's, if you want your hair washed, it's either you better wash it before you come, or if you get your hair washed, it's an additional price. Or if your hair is detangled, that's an additional price. I mean, it's more and more and more add-ons to when I thought maintaining hair is the whole package. That, like, I don't know about y'all, but if I was a hairstylist, I don't really want to depend on you washing your hair, because isn't the whole idea of doing hair is to promote hair growth? Even if you're doing a quick weave or sew in, or there are a lot of hairstylists that make sure your hair is done really well. Your hair is protected while they're adding additional hair, and they take pride in the type of hair that they're using. I know a lot of stylists say, don't get that type of hair. That's not a good type of hair. Get this type of hair, even if they're not selling the hair, but they can suggest to you good brands of hair to use. It's just ridiculous how people cut up in these hair salons. It just makes you want to just learn how to do it yourself and not have to go through that. So I want to get into really quick the Jessica lady and what happened to her. Then we're going to look at the news footage. Give me just a moment. All right, give me just a moment, y'all. Let me pull this up.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to see how I can make this wide. Wait a minute, hold on. How can I make this widescreen?
Let it go.
I'm not leaving. You gotta pay me.
I got the message. I done paid you exactly what you asked for.
You gotta
Let my hair go.
I don't care.
Let my hair go.
I don't care. Give me my phone. I'm gonna do a live. Go ahead.
Let my hair
I
go.
do the same thing.
She's
I'm
here.
not leaving.
She don't want you to.
She don't want to pay.
She don't want you to pay, sir.
Man, show the money. Show what I paid.
You pay, but we're gonna fix it. You not leaving.
Show what I paid.
I'm not showing nothing. You didn't pay enough. This is the money, but you're not leaving.
Hello?
Man, you sound crazy.
Yeah, come in.
Bro, let my hair go.
We cannot leave you
Man,
because
I'm finna sue you, bro. I'm finna sue you.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot you too.
I said sue. Now let me go.
We're gonna sue you too.
Now you want to threaten me?
Yeah, because you hit me first.
Man, let me go. No, I did, bro. Let me go.
You're not leaving. We're gonna fix it.
Nah, you ain't doing nothing. Let me go.
Oh, you're not leaving. We're gonna fix this.
Bro, let me go.
You're not leaving. From la porte.
La porte est
Oh, look at this. She paid $250. You can pay $250 for
You didn't say 250.
Yeah, okay. I told you just pay for the hair and leave. Yeah, record us.
Let my hair go.
I'm not leaving.
Baby, that was a mess. You hear me? This woman literally has thrown her career away over $50 damn dollars. $50. $50. You threw your whole career away over $50. It was the way first and foremost, it's the fact that you took the time. Let's be honest, y'all, braids, unless you're really, really quick. I mean, especially this style, it can take anywhere from 4 to 5 hours, maybe longer if you get it real long. You just sat there and spent all this time braiding this hair to do this. And it's the disrespect to me personally, to Black women. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed when you go into a lot of these African braiding shops, the stares that you get when you walk through the door, or the talking in their language, and you're just standing there looking like, what are they saying? I'm bald-headed, or it's, I don't know. I just don't feel warm and inviting when I go in there. I just really don't. And I am thankful that I did find somewhere to get my hair done, my hair braided. I'm definitely going to be a customer, a long-standing customer, because like I said, you guys, when I went there, I had a grand time. I really did. I had a ball. Like being there, it didn't even seem like I had been there that long, which 4 or 5 hours, that's really not long. But I enjoyed myself. Shall we even stop and ate and still got done in a good time. So let's get into this news footage real quick.
New tonight, a Birmingham woman says what should have been a simple, relaxing trip to get her hair done ended with her locked inside the salon and assaulted. This entire ordeal caught on video, and that video has now gone viral on social media as the woman demands justice.
Your reporter James Giles joining us after talking with Jessica Odom about what she says happened at Mama's Gifted Hands in Birmingham. And James, why did she say she needed to post that video?
Well, Steve, Brittany, she says it was never about going viral. She just wanted to warn others about what she experienced. She says she never expected it to blow up like this.
I just wanted to get my hair done and I wanted to go home.
For Jessica Odom, it's not the hairstyle she'll remember. It's what happened after the appointment.
I done paid you exactly what you asked for.
You gotta
Let my hair go.
I don't care.
Let my hair go.
I don't care.
She says she walked into Mama Gifted Hands expecting a quick appointment and walked out shaken, confused, missing a piece of her hair and holding a video she'd never dreamed she'd need to record.
I looked in the mirror. I loved my hair. And I went in my purse. I grabbed the $200 in cash and I gave it to the braider. She started speaking in their language, which I don't know what ethnicity they are, but she went over to the owner, which they refer to as Mama, and she gave her the money. And then she hopped up and she was like, no, this is $200.
Odom says everything started normally. A few texts, a clear plan, and a $200 agreed upon price.
Let my hair go.
We cannot leave you because
I'm finna sue you, bro. I'm finna sue you.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot you.
My thing is this: once you started, if you guys know, when you go into the braiding shop, they have those little towers that they put the braiding hair on, right? And so once you started laying out the actual braiding hair and then started adding the human hair for the boho, wouldn't you have at that point reminded her or make sure, hey, did you want human boho hair or did you want synthetic? Because it's about, depending on where you go, it's about a $20 to $25 difference. At that very moment, whoever the braider was that was braiding hair, that's what you should have asked at that moment to make sure that the client. And so then that would have gave Jessica the opportunity to say, well, wait a minute. When I text her, I asked her how much, and she said 200. She didn't mention anything about additional for the boho. Because a lot of places just put the price all in together, especially if they say they're supplying the hair. And in this situation, you were supplying the hair. So if you were supplying the hair and you text her 200, then obviously Jessica would think, okay, well, it's all inclusive. Like the boho hair, the braiding hair, just all of that is $200.
Sue. I said sue.
But once the stylist was finished, she says the tone shifted. Odom says suddenly the stylist demanded more money, and that's when everything changed.
She told me to just give her $30 and I could leave, or if not, go sit in the chair and we'll cut the hair out. I said, you're not cutting my hair out, and I'm not giving you anything extra. I paid you your $200. I'm leaving. She was like, no, you're not leaving. So she turns and she locks the door.
She says she spent nearly an hour struggling with 3 women, calling police as she tried to get out.
Yeah, record me. I know. I said, if you just say.
We went to the salon for their side of things. They declined to comment. Birmingham police say they're aware of the video and detectives are reviewing the case.
The charges will be pressed, and I am filing a lawsuit.
And Odom says once police got there, they did tell the women in the shop that they had assaulted and kidnapped her, but right now, no one has been arrested. So far, the video that's gone viral on TikTok has well over 1 million views.
Like I said, y'all, that was a mess. I wouldn't even know. I would be so distraught. If you're holding somebody against their will, it's kidnapping. That's what that's called. You're holding somebody against their will is kidnapping. Yes, they did get arrested. Yes, they did get arrested. And, you know, at this point, whatever happened to just calling the police and letting the police do their job? Whatever happened to that? Like, y'all don't do that anymore? Instead of taking matters into your own hands over $50 damn, why not just call the police and let the police handle it? Because at least that would have kept you with a damn mugshot, meaning the business owner. And not only that, Jessica feeling some type of way, you know, getting patches of your hair pulled out because the stylist or the owner is literally trying to snatch her work out your head. So we're going to get into this news footage as well.
Kidnapping and assault charges. Thanks for joining us at 4. Employees have been arrested on kidnapping and assault charges. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Guy Rawlings.
And I'm Brittany Decker. This comes after a video went viral of the employees pulling a woman's hair and locking her inside the business until police showed up last week. We have Michael Higdon with the latest details from the breaking news desk.
Yeah, it was an intense TikTok video with more than 1 million views showing a Birmingham woman's experience being locked inside of a braiding salon and having her hair pulled out over $50. The suspects have been identified as Asatu Kamara, Julia Ondo, and Gladys Nzinga Kumba, all of Birmingham. They have been charged with kidnapping and assault in connection to the incident that happened last Saturday at Mama Gifted Hands on Parkway East. Jessica Odom, the victim in this case, told WBTM 13 she texted the salon owner directly to book her appointment. In the text messages, you can see how she asked how much for both.
So it says start 200 and up. It depends on the length you want. Then she says, okay, so she says, hey, how much for the medium boho knotless? She responded with what I just read to you. And so then she said, you want? And then Jessica said, what's the price for the medium, for the mid back and butt length? She said 200. So you just said, at the top of the message, it depends on the length. So she asks you, what's the price for mid, back, and butt length, which is obviously 2 different lengths. You respond with 200. No. You just said at the beginning of this text, it starts at 200 and it depends on the length. They're going to scam. They're going to scam right there. She said, okay, well, when are you available? She said, we have availability today. Jessica says, I get off at 4 p.m. Can I come then? She said, sure, and gives the address. At no time in this text message was it said that the boho hair that's used for the boho knotless is an additional cost depending on if you want synthetic or human. And nowhere was that discussed. And even when she asked her about the length, still the price was $200.
Boho knotless braids, and the owner responded with $200. Well, apparently human hair was used to do the style, and the owner said she owed another $50. Odom said she started walking toward the door when the owner asked her for $30 instead of that. If she couldn't pay the $30, she could sit down so the owner could actually cut the hair out. Well, that's when Odom claims the owner locked her inside the salon. Odom said that she tussled with the owner and other employees while trying to unlock the door and finally got it opened when she felt someone grab her by the hair. Odom said that they pushed her back into the salon, locked the door again. In video that you see right here showing the employees pulling on her hair for another.
So let me ask you guys a question. If this was you, if you were Jessica, and when Karim jumps up and says you owe an additional $50 for the human hair, for the human boho hair, would you guys at that point say, well, wait a minute, you said it was 200? And then obviously she probably would have responded, well, yeah, but we used human hair. That's an extra $50. Would you guys have went on ahead and paid the 50? Or would you just would be like, nah, you said 200. 200 is what you said. 200 is what I'm going to give you, and just jump up and walk out the door. Would you guys have went on ahead and just gave the extra 50? Or would you have went through this? Would you have argued it to the point it escalated to where Jessica said she was in there for about an hour? I would have paid the 52. I'd have paid, because let's be honest, y'all. Most times getting your hair boho, it's going to be anywhere between 180 to about 2 something. Depending on the length, it could cost that much. I would have just gave the money. I'd have just gave her the 50. Especially once Jessica said she looked in the mirror and loved her hair. I would have just gave the 50. I'd have rather did that than to go through this. Now, granted, she can sue, and all that. I don't know how much money this lady has. At this point, it doesn't even matter because if she ever come across any money, work anywhere, Jessica's gonna get paid in the long run. You wouldn't have did it, Anisha? You wouldn't have paid it? I mean, I definitely would have been like, well, you said it was 200. That's what you said. Now, I would have argued the fact that what the whole time I've been sitting here, and as they were putting this human hair in my hair, you didn't even say, hey, you do know that's an additional charge for human. Do you want human or synthetic? Because synthetic is cheaper. You didn't even say that. So I would have argued that. But before I would have let it escalate to this, baby, it's $50. I just gave it to him. Because let's be honest, y'all, $250 and you can wear that style for about 2 months. If you take care of good, you make it stretch it. Nah, about 2 months. I think 2 months is a good time. 60 days is a good time for braids, especially those type of braids. And even when you get that human hair, after a few weeks, maybe about 3-4 weeks, again, depending on how well you take care of your hair, it really doesn't matter if you get the human or the synthetic because all of it starts looking, kind of frizzy. What if the customer didn't have it? Then at that point, I would have called the police. I wouldn't have did what this happened because, it's a possibility that the women in this, especially, hopefully they all of them got their green cards, because if they don't, they're going to have some problems. I mean, it's bad for business because she done went viral. Who the hell going up in there getting their hair braided after this? But you know what the funny part is? It's probably some people that would still go considering seeing this online because they would just feel like, well, that ain't going to happen to me. No, I think the police would probably say that this is a civil matter. I think the police would probably say it's a civil matter. The police is not going to arrest Jessica and say, girl, give up the 50 or you going to jail. Because technically it's a civil matter. It's something that would have to be handled in small claim court at this point. But I definitely wouldn't have went through that. At least having the police there, she wouldn't have got her hair snatched out her head. And the police probably would have said, well, ma'am, if you didn't make it clear of the additional price prior to starting her hair, even if you had a text conversation, if you did not make it clear to the customer upon starting this, doing her hair, I mean, you might have to take that L. Like, to me, I feel like the police probably would have said that. It would have eliminated all of this, in my opinion. KY Mommy said, to me, the curly hair be a waste and it gets nappy. I get my hair braided all the time from Black women and African women, and I pay sometimes before my hair is even started and sometimes after. I've always paid after. I've never paid starting, but maybe that's, I don't know, you guys, do you think that's something that these hairstylists should start? Should they maybe take half of the price up front? Because let's be honest, y'all, hairstylists take a risk too. Because just because you agreed to pay $200, like someone in the chat just said, don't necessarily mean you got $200 in your pocket. Prices should be on display. I agreed to that too. I mean, back in the day, when you would go to the beauty salon, the prices would be just like when you go to the nail shop. There typically are, depending on, I don't know, a lot of them are getting away with that too. There typically is like some type of board or sign to tell you what the acrylic is, gel, pedicures, manicures. I noticed when I went and got my nails done last week, the place that I went, they didn't have the price displayed. They didn't have anything up, but I've been going there for so long, I already knew what I was going to pay. But they didn't have the prices on the wall like they normally had. So I was just kind of like, But, I didn't really make no big stink out of it because I already know what I'm going to pay. The customer is always right. The shop made a contract with her. It's binding. They were trying to pull a fast one. Tennessee Hennessy, I agree. Because again, based off the text message, and that's another thing. Had the police been called before this escalated to the point that we just watched? Had the police been called and Jessica was able to show the text messages where the owner agreed to do her hair for the $200, the police would have been like, ma'am, you agreed to do her hair for this amount. So, like I said, if the police was never called and they're arguing, before I would sit there and that's just me, y'all. Before I would sit there and argue back and forth, especially getting to this point where now you pulling the braids out of my head, I'd have just gave it 50 so I could just go on about my business because I got my hair done. It's cute. I like it. It's cute. Yeah, getting it done for 200 is a deal. 200, 180. Yeah, that's especially if they're including hair. That's a deal because if you go and get the hair is expensive. Well, it's not super expensive. The boho hair is, but the braiding hair is not as expensive, obviously, as the boho hair. You said a lot of times, yes, the Africans shops, they do this. One worker will say one price over the phone, or they text, and then the day you get there, another lady is saying something different. A lot of times what they do too, K-Mommy, they'll tell you one price, and then when you come into the shop and they see your hair, now all of a sudden the price then went up. So I don't know. I just felt like that was a lot going on there. And the unprofessionalism on the owner's part was ridiculous. You know, now you got a record, you know what I'm saying? Or you're got arrested. Let me say that you got arrested. You know what? And you could be right with love. You could be right. Me personally, I'm going to just say it like this. I know the type of questions to ask because I'm not new to getting my hair braided. I don't know if this was Jessica's first time ever getting her hair braided. I'm not new to it, so I know what to ask. So when I went to get my boho knotless hair braided, I knew what to ask. I knew to ask, what is the total price? Like, what was the total price with the boho hair? And so she said to me, do you want human or synthetic? I said human. And she told me the price. I was like, all right. And that was over the phone because we text. And then when I got there, before I sat down in the chair, I wanted to confirm the conversation and make sure we were all still on the same page. And we were. And I didn't have any problems. Again, I know the questions to ask because I'm not new to getting my hair braided. So I know well, let me say this. I'm not new to getting my hair braided, nor am I new to getting my hair done, right? I'm a consumer. I consume products. So stuff like getting my hair done, getting my nails, like even when I go to the nail shop, especially if I go to a different one, if I just need to go because the one I normally go to, I can't get in or they're real busy or whatever. If I go to a new nail shop, I'll ask, how much do you charge for the nails? And I let them know the length, the shape, and everything. And they tell me. I get it. You know, I don't like it when they say, anywhere between 50 and 60. No, what do you mean in anywhere between? Do you not have an exact price for the service that I'm asking for? If I said I want acrylic, I don't know, almond-shaped nails, medium length, what is that price? Not no in between. You have to have an exact price. When you go to Macy's and you buy some perfume, it is the exact price. You don't go in Macy's and you pick up a bottle of perfume and they tell you it's anywhere between 20 and 200. They tell you the exact price. Anytime you go anywhere to buy anything, you know the price of it. the exact price. If you go get your, I don't know, if you go get your car washed, they're not going to tell you, say for instance, you go get your car detailed. They're going to tell you exactly what they're going to charge to detail your car, especially once they look at your car. They're going to give you an exact price. Or they can have prices already, you know, the same for if you got a car, you got an SUV, you got a pickup truck, you got a van. These are the prices for detail. This is the price if you need your car deep shampooed. Or, you know, this price is set. If you don't got a set price, I don't deal with you because I don't have time to bargain with you. This is not the flea market. We're not going to bargain the price. You're going to tell me what you're going to charge for your services because at the end of the day, don't you know what your services cost? Don't you have a price on your time? So since you have a price on your time, tell me exactly how much it is for the service that I'm asking you for that you say that you can provide, and then we're going to move on. If I'm getting the anywhere between maybe like or around I don't deal with you, period. So, but in Jessica's situation, the woman, she said two different things in that text message. She said it starts at 200 and it goes up depending on the length. Then she asked another question about, well, how much do you charge for mid back and butt length? She said 200. So either the owner wasn't paying attention to the text, or I don't know what she was doing at the time she was texting this lady, but she was not, which I feel like that's bad business because you should have a set price for even if somebody came in there with a head 2 size too big. Your price is your price, period. All right, y'all, let's move on. So y'all know that I'm a little sporadic with Peach Mcintyre. I don't really watch Peach like that, but apparently now Peach got some type of promos going on because y'all know Peach always got something going on so she can make money because let's be honest, y'all, we live in a world where everybody's trying to get that shmoney, okay, by all means necessary. So Peach is now running some type of promotion where she's going to hairstylists and she's charging hairstylists to do her hair, right? And she's charging $1,111.11. I remember when she was doing her classes, she had an odd price for her classes too. And so when I saw the videos on TikTok, I was like, Now, one thing I can say about Peach, sis can know how to go viral, okay? One thing I can say about Peach, the heifer know how to make money. If you can't say nothing else about that girl, you know that the heifer know how to make some money, okay? Now, what she do with it, that's on her, but she know how to make it. And Peach has a very large following, right? And let's be honest, y'all, what people charge nowadays to get your hair done, like wigs, lace fronts, quick weaves, and we just talked about braids. People are charging an exorbitant amount of money to get their hair done. Okay, people are also paying a lot of money for the human hair to get their hair, you know, either a wig made or get a sew-in or a quick weave. So if you paid Peach promotion of $1,111.11 and you got your ish together, you got an Instagram, you got a TikTok, you got your social media together that promotes your business, and as many views as Peach gets across all platforms, essentially, y'all, you could do a maybe 3 or 4 customers and get that money back just like that. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, sis. Who said that? Monique? You can only be scammed if you allowed yourself to be scammed. Now, let's be honest, y'all. Anything like what Peach is doing obviously is benefiting her. It's not only is she getting paid for it, she's getting views for it. She's hitting the algorithm for it. People are talking about it. So Peach is definitely benefiting, right? And one thing about Peach is going to continuously be watched. Now, let's be honest, y'all. When it comes to hairstyles, depending on your priorities, some of us our priorities to get our hair done by all means necessary. Some of y'all ain't even paying y'all light bill, but y'all go get y'all hair done. Okay. Some of y'all be late on the rent or the car note to go get your hair done. But then some of y'all like, I got some stuff going on. I'ma just have to. I normally get it done every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, but you know what? I'm gonna have to pass and I'm gonna have to wait about a month before I go get my hair done. I'm just do it myself. So one thing about a hairstylist, the hope is to have your customer to continuously support your business, right? That's the hope for anybody, right? But one thing about social media, when it comes to social media, yes, you would hope that people continuously watch you, even if they sign up for you. But the one thing about social media, even if somebody watches your video one time and never comes back, it's on social media for billions of people to watch. It don't even matter. Somebody else will come and watch it. So Peach is winning all the way around. Now, the stylists who are paying her for the promotion, they're winning too. They're getting social media. They're getting followers, right? They're getting seen, right? They're getting their work out there because, again, you have another person sharing your work. Now, would I pay Peach $1,111.11? It depends on where I'm at in my hairstyling business. Like if I've already I have a dedicated clientele and I'm doing really well for myself and I've been doing hair for a long time, I don't know. But at the end of the day, y'all, with any business, you have to pay to market. With any business, you have to pay to market. YouTube charges. TikTok used to have a program. I don't know if they still do for businesses. Facebook has a program for businesses for marketing. Instagram does. Like at the end of the day, y'all, when you're running a business, there are expenses, and one of those expenses is marketing, and you have to pay for it. You said, baby, I'm glued to Peach Facebook. She about to hit 1 million followers. Wow. Are they getting actual customers? I don't know, Sean. I don't know. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a couple of these videos that Peach has put up. Give me a moment. I'm going to look at this lady real quick.
Peach Mcintyre has went from $100 to $1,100 for the lace front wig installs. Peaches Mcintyre has went from $100 to $1,100 for the lace front install. And let me tell you something, you beauticians that doing the wigs, installs, and all this stuff, you better pay her. And I tell you why. Because everybody love Peach. Good or bad, let's be honest. She is real popular. She popping. She's smart. I even took one of her classes, and because of her, I did what she told me to do, and I did get my following up views. Everything she said, I did. Not all of it, because I slacked, but everything that lady did, I did do it. And it helped me out a lot. That's why I was so crazy about her. But I ain't tell y'all that, like a lot of creators ain't gonna tell y'all that they really took her class and she has helped them. I gotta give her props on that. But with these wigs, I'm just saying, because I be on here, I ain't gonna lie, every day I be looking, and I ain't gotta look because it's on my FYP. Every day you're gonna see Peaches with that wig on. But I just want to say, if you a stylist, get your bread up, go ahead and pay that money, because if nothing else, she getting you clients, you getting monetized on TikTok, and then it's gonna open up a whole lot of doors. I'm being honest this morning. It's early in the morning. I ain't gonna tell you what time it is I'm making this video, but that's another thing. If you notice, Peachy get up early in the morning. When you want to make that bread, you can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? That lady with them 9 kids and a husband, you can't worry about that man when you trying to make that bread. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to commend her. Y'all gonna get mad at me because I got mad at her about that Hungry Tummy video about them children, but this ain't about that. If you a stylist, pay them $1,100. And I'm waiting to see all the ones she got a refund. This one I'm waiting to see. Y'all clock this. I'm waiting to see the girl that's smart enough to say, hey, I don't want that refund, but I got them extra $700 so I can get you to sit in my chair. I'm gonna pay you the money you paying you want now to get my hair done. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else before I get off on here. I had a client the other day. She said, I can't stand peaches. I can't stand peaches. I said, why you can't stand peaches? This lady is 60-some years old. She couldn't stand Peaches Mcintyre, but she could tell me everything that was going on about her now. I said, what was my last video about? She was like, dog, I ain't know. That's my point. People like drama and stuff like that. You can't deny it. Like I said, that lady was 60-some years old and know everything Peaches Mcintyre doing. If that don't tell you something, nothing will. Keep doing what you're doing, Peach. Props to you, because it's $1,100 now. Probably by the end of the month, it's going to be $1,500, maybe closer to. You women that she going to pay that money back to, y'all better get your coins up and say, hey, let's schedule another appointment, and I got the extra money because I know your pricing went up. That's all it is.
So, I mean, I agree with her. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you not liking her, but when it's about money and it's coming to business, and if Peach can definitely help you in this situation, promote your hair business, you know, because the girls, they're out there wanting to look cute, and y'all, you got to think about it, you know. There's a lot of competition out there when it comes to hairstylists. Let's be honest, there's a lot of competition. One thing about social media, it's the quickest way to get seen, especially on TikTok. You can go viral on TikTok really quick. And, you know, I wouldn't even be looking at, like, you got something. And to me personally, if you're not a business minded person, then what Peach is doing will go right over your head, right? But if you're a business minded person, it makes sense. Funky Dineva did the same thing. When he was promoting businesses on his platform, and he started charging a nominal fee for it, and then he takes, I think, don't quote me, but I believe he takes a small percentage of the sales, very small percentage of the sales. I don't know, y'all. I feel like it's a genius idea, especially if you are a stylist and you cold with them hands and you trying to get your followings up, because y'all, you got to understand, we're going on 2026. Social media is the way of the world. And, you know, the whole word of mouth, like you tell somebody, it don't really work like that. You know, a lot of times it's your social media. You'll quickly think about it, y'all. When you go get your hair, when you look into a stylist, where are you looking for a stylist at? Child, ain't nobody picking up no phone book looking for no stylist. Y'all are where? Y'all are on social media. And when y'all find the stylist, what do y'all do? Y'all go through their social media to see if they got pictures of styles they've done. A surgeon already offered to give her a mommy makeover. Yeah, I heard about that. So if you're not a business-minded person, what Peach is doing will go right over your head. If you're a business-minded person, to be quite honest with you, y'all, it's kind of genius what she's doing for herself and for the people who's doing the styles for her hair, you know, for the stylist. So let's get into a couple people that Peach has actually done. Give me a moment. This is not the video I wanted to show y'all. All right.
Upload the bad parts first. Because, you know, I'm a content creator. It's all about analytics in a situation like this. This is going to go viral. Be prepared. I'm going to have people that want to teach you for free. I'm going to find you somebody to teach you how to install a lace for free. Like, don't worry about it. Are you mentally prepared for everything that's going to happen? And she said, yes. I said, you sure? She was like, oh, I done went viral before for doing this white lady hair and some faux locks. Trust me, Miss Peaches, I can handle it. Okay, cool. Let's go. We finna go viral. And so I started posting the videos immediately, you know, after start getting into it bit by bit. As you guys can see, I'm a content creator. This is a numbers game to me. And she was cool. This morning, I immediately wrote one of the best stylists that I know, one of the best stylists that just did my hair. Lavish. She was gonna eat, and she did. The one who introduced me to Ann Riley. Boss sister, thank you, Ann Riley. 250 density.
Now, this is the lady who's supplying the stylist with the hair. She sells hair too. Like, I don't know. In a sense, it's just like she's trying to make everybody eat. Now, y'all got to understand too. I think Peach is also trying to, because, you know, the last few months, Peach has had a lot of controversy going on social media about her husband, his other baby mama, one of his little girl or his daughter. And so it's been a lot of drama going on with that, you know. But y'all know, at the end of the day, even when people cancel Peach, they still watch her.
And I wrote her and I said, hey, how do you feel about giving Miss Veronica a one-on-one with me to install my hair? And you show her the proper way to install it on my head. And we just make content. I won't charge you. I won't charge her. I'm providing the wig, etc. So Labby was like, let's do it, Peach. I'm about to do a class anyway. She's going to be teaching you all how to install lace wigs. So for those of you who want to have that lavish look, tap in with Lavish Levy.
Now, I like
it made
this
sense for all three of us. So I texted Miss Veronica after I secured the stylist. I said, let me text her. She's like, whatever dates we could work around. I said, okay, let me text her, make sure this is something she's okay with doing.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all, you can hate the player, but you can't hate the game. Okay? You can hate the player, but you can't hate the game. True Tasha and Peach know that she's about them numbers. Yes, she is. She definitely is. Like, you know, Peach says a lot of dumb things, but when it comes to the social media thing, and y'all, let's be honest, when it comes to the girls that we watch, she killing it. She killing it. She killing it. I don't care what nobody say. The girl killing it. I mean, I'm going to give you your props when your props is due. I'm not a big Peach Mcintyre watcher. I'm just not, because I just don't really consume her content like that. A couple of you guys came to my IG and asked me what my thoughts were. And, you know, those are my thoughts. My thing is, if you're going to invest in something, invest in your growth. So if it means to you, like, I can't tell you that you're dumb for giving Peach $1,111.11 to help promote your business. Who am I to tell you that? I can't tell you that, because that's your business, honey. It has nothing to do with me. If you're going to invest, you have to invest in yourself. You know, yes, you can go and buy real expensive curling irons. You can go buy the most expensive shears. You can go buy all the, you know, name brand hair products. But what does that mean if nobody is coming and you can't use any of those things on anybody's head because you don't have any clientele? Let's be honest. Effing with Peach, you got some clientele. And y'all, in Florida's a big state. You know, girls are probably traveling all over now trying to get their hair done. Okay? Quiet as kept. It might be some people flying from out of town trying to get their hair done. You know, you never know. You know, and once you get your hair done and you really like it, it looks good, you get compliments, you go places, and then that does what? That allows that stylist to get more and more clientele. I just really feel like if you put that money, for the stylists who paid Peach, they're definitely gonna get their money back, probably off of 3 or 4 clients quick. Peach knows her audience. If you study your audience, then you can build a relationship with them and market to them successfully. That's true too. That's so true, Black Auntie. That is very true. And that's what Peach has done. Peach studies her analytics. Think about it, y'all. Jasmine and Chrissy, Olivia, they're not studying their analytics. Especially Olivia, she probably don't even know where to find her analytics. They're not studying that. They're just on social media to be on here. Peach is on here to take care of them 9 kids and that damn husband she got over there. Okay? She definitely is doing that. Now, we know Peach has had issues with being evicted and all that stuff, but I just really feel like when that happens, Peach does that for viral sensation, viral moments. I don't know. Something in my spirit just tells me that.
Let's see if I got another one. Oh yeah, this one. Now this girl did Peach's makeup, and I ain't gonna lie, Peach looked completely different. She looked phenomenal. That girl slayed that makeup. So let me get into this video real quick. That's one thing about me, baby. I am not a hater, baby. I ain't got a hating bone in my body. I give you props when props is due. And one thing I can say about Peach, she doing the damn thing over there. But let's be honest, y'all, she got 9 kids and a man that don't work. She got to. She ain't got no choice.
So Peach Patch, there's this lake located in a small town called Arcadia.
Yes, Florida.
And she does excellent hair. I'm going to go see her today so that she can make me.
What you mean, Anisha?
She's located in a small town, but in a salon. I'm like, hello, beautiful. Not only is she located in a salon, but she has a private.
Hey, I gotta ask you something.
And when you walk into her private salon suite, you will be instructed to remove your cardigan, take it off, and slip into your blush.
And let me say something to y'all real quick. Someone just said that some surgeon said that they would do Peach a mommy makeover. One thing you got to know about social media, if you don't already know it, baby, you don't know who the hell watching you. For all we know, I don't know, Donald Trump could be watching Peach Mcintyre. Child, we don't know. How do we know that? Y'all seen a couple months ago when I was on a live chat, Anton Daniels came into my live chat and super chatted me $500. I had no idea that man was watching my channel. No idea. So I'm just saying, you never know who's watching you and what they can do to benefit you or help you.
Oh, yes, Peach Patch. It's good.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Rich. Mcintyre. Y'all already know it's about to be a good time. I'm ready. You see, Peach Patch? There's a lady located in a small town called Arcadia, Florida, and she does excellent hair. But not only that, she does phenomenal.
Now, y'all can. Peach looks gorgeous there. That lady did a really good job on her makeup, and the hair is cute too.
Makeup. Y'all better stop sleeping on those small towns.
Yeah. So, those are my thoughts. Okay. Those are my thoughts on that situation. I feel like Peach, it just really depends on how you look at it. If you're just a regular person watching social media and you already don't like Peach, so anything she says or does, you just think she's a duck. Is she a duck? She does have duck behavior, but apparently it's working for her. You know what I'm saying? But right now, she's putting food and bread in her pocket. Apparently, she's putting food and bread in other people's pocket. I mean, at this point, Peach probably should make amends with her hometown, right? Because as much as she has said and done throughout the years to the people in the city of Tampa and surrounding area, like at this point, she needs to make good with these people because she's done a lot. So I think Peach is trying to get back in her good graces, and it's I don't know, y'all. I think it's a good marketing idea, because now you're getting people involved. People, one thing about, and again, y'all gotta understand, Peach's audience is majority women. Majority of women watch Peach, and it's Black women at that. And what do Black women love? Baby, we love to look good and feel good. So people will get into this type of content because women, we love makeup, we love hair, we love nails, we love fashion. We love all that, right?
So people are really, really going to get into that content. Now, yeah, people, you know, they'll come watch you drag your husband and talk about him like a dog. But a lot of people don't even know if half that stuff is real or if it's true or not true, if it's a show or not a show. But one thing you do know is real is that she's working with stylists that's beautifying her. And then you're envisioning, damn, I could look like that too. Let me go get my little coins together and go over there and get me glammed up or styled up. People can, women can relate to what she's doing now more than they can you telling your husband got good wood. Girl, don't nobody care. No. The only person should care about your husband and his wood is you, sis. Black Auntie said, if I was a local influencer, I would look at her strategy when it comes to marketing, not behavior. A lot of creators are missing out on local sponsorship opportunities. That's so true, sis. That is so true. That is very true. Like I said, y'all, social media is the way of the world. And if you're a person who just want to watch social media, you're not trying to monetize off of social media, then you just sit back and enjoy the show. But if you're somebody who's trying to figure out, let's be honest, y'all, going through this government shutdown, it should have put into people's head, it should have put the thought into people's heads on how to be more creative on making money. And even during the government shutdown, yeah, social media didn't shut down. People made money off of talking about the government shutdown during the government shutdown. So, you know, you either going to be on the bus or you're going to be sitting on the bus watching the bus go by. Like, you got to decide which side you're going to be on. And me personally, I give Peach props. Like, go ahead, sis, do your thing. Now, we do understand Peach, she doesn't like to do things peacefully. I'll give her maybe a week and a half. It'll be some type of scandal going on, okay? Because that's what Peach does best, drama, okay? It's going to be some type of scandal going on with one of these stylists or something. But then again, Peach could be also creating that for the show as well, too. She's very temperamental. Yeah, she is. At least she tries to act like she is. You know, at least she tries to act like she is. But one thing about her, she's trying to get that shmoney, and she getting it. If you can't say nothing else about her, she's definitely getting that shmoney. Peach has been doing this thing. I've been watching her off and on since 2020. Child's going on 2026. Sis ain't slowed down yet. Sis hasn't slowed down yet. Look at Jasmine and Olivia. Look what Olivia had to do a couple of months ago to get some money. Come up with a storyline in Florida so she can milk the people out of Peach. Peach hasn't done that. You know, I'm not saying that even with selling her classes, if you didn't get anything out of it, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I never patronized her classes and stuff like that. So, but I've heard other people have that had some luck with her e-guides and things of that nature. So, you know, like I said, at this point, when it comes to this situation right here, and I'm literally just talking about this situation where her teaming up with stylists to do her hair and she's charging them to do it. Obviously, what they're doing is they're paying for marketing. That's what they're doing. They're paying her to market their business. That's all she's doing. Tasha, why I hollered when you just inserted Jasmine and I'm just saying, sis. I mean, you know, it's sad. And again, Jasmine and Olivia, they're mothers of multiple children, right? And if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do social media, do social media. Do it the right way. The way where it can continuously keep profiting you money, you know? But, you know, I don't know, y'all. Me personally, when it comes to Jasmine, I think Jasmine's very lazy, and that's why she can't monopolize off her platform. When it comes to Olivia, I feel like Olivia is so stuck on other things other than the right thing, like when it comes to men and, you know, like she put forth the effort to lose weight, regardless if she used injections or, you know, she took the time to look into how to eat, things to eat and to get into the weight loss shots and study all that. Like she took the time to do all that, and she managed to not to be as big as she was 2 years ago, right? Not saying that she's a skinny mini, she's still big, but she's not as big as she was 2 years ago. So I just really feel like if like you put forth the effort to do that, then why not put forth the effort, especially for Olivia? She has over 100,000 followers. Why not do something with those people instead of sitting up here telling us how that your ex-husband is trying to fill in between your legs and in your butt? Like, girl, who cares? Nobody cares. I don't know about y'all, but I'm just like, girl, who freaking cares? Chrissy got 9 kids just like Peach, and she used to be in her bag back in the day, but she fell off. Yeah, she did with love. Now no, hold on. I'm glad you mentioned Chrissy, because y'all got me perplexed over here from the other day when y'all told me that apparently the person that Chrissy's with is a trans woman or something. Y'all said a woman transitioning into a man. I was just really sitting up here thinking about that other day, and I'm like, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna say this, y'all. You I guess you love who you love. You know what I mean? One thing I can say though, if I can't say nothing else, we always, you know, worried about her having more kids because we feel like, girl, you don't need any more. Well, one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. If she is dealing with a transgender woman, transgender woman that's transitioning into a man, one thing you don't have to worry about is her getting pregnant unless she does some type of surrogacy situation. Okay. So, you know, that's another thing. Like, we can't necessarily say she won't get pregnant or can't get pregnant, because she could be, you know, she could be pregnant. She could become pregnant. However what they call it, surrogate or whatever. She could do that. You say she's fighting hard to keep that offline. I don't understand why. If you know, don't you go outside every day with this person? Not saying that people could probably just look at this person and tell you used to be a woman. I'm not saying that. But if you truly want to be with this person, you should be able to shout it from the rooftops. You should be able to tell the world. Like, if you're ashamed of your love, then in my opinion, that ain't love. Not they found out where she work at. Yeah. Ain't they married? Anisha, I don't know. Like I said, I was just told the other day. Baby, I have no idea. I don't know. I just think it's a lot going on. And I will say this, those kids have seen a lot going on over there. Like, her kids have seen a lot. It's the different men and now this situation, like, it's a lot going on over there, you know. But like I told you guys, I don't watch Chrissy like that anymore. Like, she just doesn't interest me. Maybe I was addicted to the drama that she had over there, but now there's not that. There's no drama like it was back in the day when I first started watching her. And her content just doesn't interest me. Her conversations doesn't interest me. She doesn't interest me. You watch her cooking channel? Yeah, her cooking. I forgot about her cooking channel. I mean, yeah, Chrissy can definitely throw down. I don't know how her food tastes, obviously, but it looks good. I can give her that. But I don't go to her. I didn't start watching Chrissy for the cooking. I actually started watching her for the grocery hauls, and then we got into the drama. You said Sky got a new sofa set and disappeared again. Oh, Sky gone? I haven't been over there either, y'all. But I do want to get into a conversation, and I'm going to try, y'all. Please don't hold me to this, but I'm going to try to come on here tomorrow. It's more than likely going to be, I don't know when it's going to be. I might try to do it early afternoon. I want to talk about that situation with Girl La La La. Have you guys seen Girl La La La? the transgender man that was unalived by his boyfriend that lived in Florida, 21 years old. And basically, the situation, it goes deep, y'all. It's very tragic and very sad, but there was a lot of drama. They laid girl to rest the other day. Again, 21 years old. Real name is was it Marcus or is it Marcus? I don't want to say it. I got it wrote down in my notes. But there was a lot of drama with the funeral and everything that went on, but she was, laid to rest. And it's just sad how the whole DB situation where girl was basically sensationalized. And now she's no longer here. She's also was another one who was a really good hairstylist. And was on social media and apparently was doing really well with her hair, hairstyling. So, but the person who unalived her, I believe his name is Shaba, is in jail. I think he's about 25. But what I found out doing my little research yesterday, what I did find out was apparently girl started messing around with this guy, the guy that unalived her, when she was like 14 and the guy was 18. Now that's allegedly. And I was like, wait, what? Yeah. She was a big fan of E. Kane. Yeah, and E. Kane is somebody I never ever really got into because that whole situation over there with her and the boyfriend Chris, and she's another one that basically took the DB situation and monetized it and made a lot of money off of it. But even with, if you guys don't know, E. Kane just had a baby, so she's on child number 3. All 3 of her children are by the boyfriend Chris. Even E. Kane is doing something other than social media. Like E. Kane has even told the people, now E. Kane has several million followers on TikTok, but she's told the people there's no money in TikTok. She said, you don't really make no money on TikTok. Where E. Kane says she makes her money is on Snapchat. She said that's where she makes her money is on Snapchat. But then E. Kane is also in school. So E. Kane is another person who's not going to do social media for the rest of her life. E. Kane is in her 20s, mid-20s. She's not going to do social media for the rest of her life. This girl is going to school and trying to get a career because eventually she's going to phase herself off of social media. Because for the most part, y'all, you can't, especially the way E. Kane came into social media with, publicizing the DB situation between her and her boyfriend. Like, baby, that's going to either end up 2 ways, either 6 feet deep or somebody behind bars. That's how that's going to end up. Yo, she's in school right now, live streaming in class. Oh, okay. Yeah, but they be on Snapchat too. Yeah, they said that's where the bag is at. They said Snapchat is paying, honey. I believe E. Kane said that in 1 month she made like $30,000 on Snapchat. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't have a Snapchat. I've never even been to Snapchat. I've heard about it, but I've never been there. But hell, it made me even think about it. I said, let me go look into Snapchat. Hey, our new forever, how are you? All right, y'all. We've been on here a little over an hour. I definitely need to go because I got some stuff I need to finish up, and then I need to E. Kane is in school. Yeah, she did. And you know what, y'all, that just makes it smart. Like, obviously, E. Kane is in her 20s. She's young. She has 3 children. Obviously, with social media, you don't know what to expect when it comes to social media because it's not stability. You know what I'm saying? It comes and goes. It comes and goes. It's like the carnival. It's here one day and gone tomorrow until they come back again in town. how the carnival does. So Ekane said, well, let me go to school, because while I got the opportunity to be at home with my children and still make money on social media, Ekane more than likely is probably saying, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Like, I need something that makes me more grounded, gives me a career, something I can get 401k benefits, health benefits, and, you know, and possibly, you know, retire from this. You know, y'all remember, and I'm not picking on Jasmine, but, you know, we talk about her a lot over here. Y'all remember Jasmine said she was going to take her YouTube channel and pass it down to her children? Yes, sis, that's something. If you're going to pass anything down to your children, it probably shouldn't be a YouTube channel. Okay. Maybe a house. Maybe you can leave them a house, but you're not your YouTube channel. Because let's be honest, what the hell are they going to do with it? All the content is about you and your baby daddies and I don't know, making sandwiches and going to the gym. How are the kids gonna? How are they gonna keep that going? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even make sense. Like, you're gonna pass your YouTube channel down that you got years and years of content on here. Obviously, Kaylin, when she gets to the age, what the hell? How's she gonna? You want Kaylin basically to replicate the content you have put on this internet for years, the struggle life and the crying and the depression and the, you want Kaylin to repeat that? Like, girl, stop. The begging. How could I forget, Sean? I said, some of these people are just not very bright. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'm out of here this time for real. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of y'all. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, honey. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.